I guess if I had known, life just unfolds the way it's supposed to, so don't worry so much.
There's a whole lot of wisdom being shared at these tables. At Unison at Kerby Centre, a simple craft project turned into something much bigger. The Memory Jar Workshop paired seniors with girls from the Girls at Bat summer program.
My grandma lives in Boston, and my other grandma lives in Colombia. So I've never had like, oh, I'm gonna go to my grandma's house. Like that's way too far, you know?
As they decorated their memory jars, conversations naturally unfolded.
Because I heard about these wonderful stories that she had, and it's just like it really just inspired me, to be honest.
I would like to be 18 or 19 again, as long as I was back in 1968. not now.
As a grandmother of 7, Frances offers the kind of easygoing wisdom that comes from raising a family, making mistakes, and learning to let life unfold.
Yeah, you forget that you were like that. And that's why I think, again, as a grandmother now, you just start to see things a little more clearly than you did back then.
For the teens, it was an opportunity to learn from decades of life experience.
She went to Greece and she didn't even plan her trip and she just went for it. Everyone had a lot more kids. Yeah, like there was a lot of kids. Probably like how many things were like different. Like there was a lot of like different social standards. Like China wasn't allowed to have like tourism, which I thought was kind of weird. Like I had no clue. And now it's like way different. Like everyone has gone to China. Yeah, I feel like their stories are just so interesting and it's like it's really intriguing and it's just like a different experience than talking to like people my age, because I feel like it's just like we're talking about different things and it's like this is like conversations I don't more normally have, so it's like a different experience, definitely. Yeah.
Oh, I just love this kind of stuff. I'm arty stuff is not my thing, but when you're in a group like this, it hardly matters whether you can do it or not.
You're not here to be Michael.
No, that not by a long shot. Yeah, but no, the group of girls that was at our table, they were really interesting. They were each one so different from the other. Like every one of them was, one was rather somber, other one was as chatty as anything. One was more of a jokester. Like I mean, they all had something. I think it's not necessarily that I learned today, but just being around young people is don't push when they don't want to be pushed. Like don't ask. One of the girls was very quiet, and she was very polite. Ask if I asked a question, she'd answer, but no more. And it's like you get that feeling she doesn't really want to. She's maybe shy or whatever. So I would just back off, which I did. And sometimes teenagers are just like that. They just don't want to talk to adults, and it's no reflection on them or me. It's just that's what happens. And that's why I say it's really important to remember what you were like yourself at those ages. So sometimes I just don't want to talk to an adult, please. Yeah. Well, when a teenager acts a teenager and you want them to be adult, you got to pull yourself back to when you were their age, and that again they're growing up, and this is sort of the rite of passage for them to be sullen or melancholy or whatever it is. That's they, for the most part, they'll get over it, and you just learn as the parent or the adult, don't take it personally. It's not directed at you. It's them growing and changing, and that's what it. And let them do it, and don't always sit there and correct them. And you shouldn't be like that. You shouldn't be like, oh yeah, it's a grandmother, it's easy, but as a mother, it's not so easy because you just want things to be perfect from get go, and it's only as you're living through it, or no, when you're looking back on it, you realize, holy mackerel, my kid was so was I. She was. Yeah, you forget that you were like that, and that's why I think again, as a grandmother now, you just start to see things a little more clearly than you did back then. As a mother used to always say, there was no manual that came with you when you were born. We learned as we went along, and make a lot of mistakes, and that's a human condition too. So that's okay. I like hearing older people's advice, but I take exception when the emphasis is always, in my day it's like that was your day. 75 years ago things were very different, and I guess for like my generation, where we had no computers, nothing like that, but like my grandchildren, that's all they know. They have been brought up in a technological world that we, like my generation, we sort of worked into. We weren't brought up in it. So we come from a different perspective, and so to expect them to understand what I'm saying is not fair. For them to understand what I'm saying, it's not fair either. So it is trying to blend that this is the way it was, and I know it's never going to come back again. But I guess more than anything, it's just sometimes the older generations can make younger people like that feel as though our life was perfect and theirs is not, and that's not the truth of it, because we had some pretty rough things growing up too, and so every generation has its. Even my own parents, like when I grew up with, the Beatles and the Rolling Stones and all that kind of stuff. Well, I mean, they grew up with Frank Sinatra and all that. They could not understand why we liked our music.
Right. That crazy music.
Oh, yeah, and the bloody long hairs that my father used to call them, But we all got past it, but that's very indicative of it's a generational thing. And you do get past it. And I think just not to be too critical of any of the generations, what you put up with. That's just the way it was at the time, and things change. And so the biggest thing I always get with the kids is just to let them know that I'm not criticizing. I'm just letting you know where I came from. And if I don't understand, I have one of my grandsons, this is a long time ago, but he'd say, Grandma, do you want to watch me play a video game? No, there's no fun in me watching you play a video game, like that. But they don't understand that. I didn't grow up with that kind of stuff, so I don't understand. Anyway, so yeah, again, it's he thought that was a great idea, like bonding with Grandma, which anyway, yeah, that's right. Yeah. So, anyways, it's the kids are, as you say, all is not lost. The younger generation, they'll do fine.
Kids are all right.
They are all right. If it were at the same time I was 18, back in the 60s and 70s, it'd be okay. I'd be okay to go back. Would not want to be a teenager today, though.
Why?
I just think that they're just up against so many odds, really hard in so many areas. Just even education, getting a job. There's just a lot of things that I feel they weren't as big challenges in my day. So yes, I would like to be 18 or 19 again, as long as I was back in 1968. not now. Just that I just wish they weren't so caught up with and this is generalizing, and I don't mean to do that, but so caught up with all the toys and gadgets in the world. And there's just so much more that not just young people, but we all have to just be a little more aware of, the people around us and their needs. And, accumulating all the toys really doesn't help much, really, so just being a little too materialistic. But that's again, that's not a generational thing. That from the after the Second World War, where accumulating things became de rigueur. I mean, you had to have a TV and your dishwasher and a color TV finally, and all that stuff. That accumulating things became the goal, and that I don't care for that. As though you've got to sort of be cool, you got to buy into it all to just be able to say, no, I really don't need all that stuff. But yeah, I said, a form of brainwashing, I suppose. Yeah, get into their very fragile minds and convince them that they really need what they don't really need. Oh, I think most of us just look back when you get to my age and you just say, if I had known then what I know now idea.
Name something. Now I'm curious. I don't want to give away all your secrets, but
I guess if I had known, life just unfolds the way it's supposed to, so don't worry so much. It really, that's the one thing I have learned over the years, or especially in the last probably 10 or 12 years, is that no amount of worry changes a darn thing. It really doesn't. And you waste so much energy worrying about, as my mother used to say, you'll worry about things that'll never ever happen. And that's very true. You worry about, when my kids were growing up, my oldest, my son, and I had the huge worry of when he was 16 to get his driver's license. I said, it's like, Francis, 98% of the people get their driver's license and they're fine and they live a long life. Like, stop obsessing over that kind of thing. But as a parent and you're firstborn and all that kind of stuff, I look back on it. Oh man, all the wasted energy.
It is so true.
Well, it just seems to me that for the most part, the things you worry about never happen. Life just has a way of doing that to you, messing you up. Oh, just keep plugging away. Life is good, no matter how tough it is. It will be okay for them.
Gratitude, is that a big part of it? I find
Gratitude and just to be aware very much of, in our Western world, what we have. Like, you might not have the latest styles of clothes, but you eat well, you go to school, you're not in an oppressive environment. Like, we have so much here, and so what you don't have, like, again, don't obsess about what you don't have. Just really be grateful, because we do have. There's a little questionnaire my brother showed me, and it's about, I don't know, 25 or 50 questions, and it's all things like if you went to high school and if you had 3 meals and a blah blah blah. And at the end of it, it was like, if you were able to answer, let's say, 80% of those as positive, you represent about 20% of the world. Like, most people do not have what you have. So, again, just really, as they say, count your blessings.
Our summer camp is called Girls at Bat, and it's run by a youth program that is called Immigrant Girls Leading Our Way in CIWA, in the Canadian Immigrant Women Association. And it runs for 6 weeks every summer. So we recruit around 25 girls between the ages to 10 to 14. And we prioritize the low-income families, people who has arrived in any refugee claim, and any immigrant status. And our priorities and mandate is serving girls, young immigrant, young girls. And we run the program for 6 weeks every summer.
What do the kids get to do?
So during that period of time, the girls learn the basis of Girls at Bat, which is learning to play baseball, and they learn the skills, they learn how to play the game. But not just that, but we talk about the importance of girls having access to sports, especially families that have never experienced that, being in other countries and coming from another countries. We prioritize and we make sure that they have access to this human right, which is access to play the game. And during that time too, we allowed the girls to experience other type of activities, which is giving back to the community through volunteering opportunities like what we're doing today at Kerby and Unison. We collaborate with other organizations that are in the city, and we try. The most important part is for us, the girls, understanding the importance of giving back to the community. Like the Blue Jays promote one of the core values, which is like, and aligns with us as a CIWA as well. That is like, we need to give back to our communities. And this is one of the events we encourage the girls to share with seniors and learn the importance of creating meaningful friendship and meaningful relationships. Yeah.
And you've seen this in practice for a number of years?
I've been working for 3 years, for over 3 years now with the organization. Yeah. And over the 3 years I've been working, we've been rotating different events to promote this culture of sense of belonging to the community for newcomers. And not just that, but we also like to increase the self-esteem, the importance of talk about mental health, self-care for the young girls that we oversee in our program. We bring people who we collaborate with as well, and they bring topics of importance, like, for example, the importance of sexuality, understanding, have to say no to what is safe touch, what is not safe touch. We bring people who work with us, like CASA. We work along with Contemporary Calgary as well. So we create as much we can opportunities of learning art and in a creative way to learn about how to become strong leaders for the girls we serve.
Is there anything you guys don't cover? Like, oh my gosh. You just mentioned like everything from sports to
We
mental
have
health
in
to-
our curriculum
Wow.
map like everything that have to do with making sure that these girls that arrive as a new immigrants to feel really confident and they feel that they are ready to step into the new home country, safe, self-confident, and that their self-esteem is, you know, strong enough to thrive in the new home country. So we try to promote everything that goes with giving the girls the substantial learning process to be succeeding in everything they do in the new home country. And with that goes like making sure that they have a completely understanding of their human rights, understanding, you know, their rights and responsibilities in the new home country too, understanding, you know, how to advocate for themselves and have to seek for help also in the new home country. I think one of the core memories for myself was last year when we started working with Kerby, and it's that we brought the same opportunity for the seniors, you know, that participate in the program, and we were building bird feeders after we finished the crafting. One thing that was very touching for me is to see some of the ladies that participate like today. They came to us as a facilitators of the event and they were just completely meltdown emotions, and they were just saying thank you, thank you, thank you. For that, this is our end goal, to make sure that we're actually creating the actual intergain opportunity for seniors to feel heard, to feel that they still have a voice in this city and, you know, the community they live and they belong to. But not just that, but create the opportunity for them to be the channel of giving the experience and passing, you know, that experience into the new generation, teaching them how to have a voice, teaching them how to advocate for themselves as a young girls, and with their experience, you know, and life experience, have to teach them values, the importance of values too, you know. So for us to see that it was received well, it meant that it is the end goal, which is like impacting not just the generation that is coming, but impacting the generation that is already here with us, right? So it was like really a meaningful moment, and that gave us the let's do this again, because it was so successful, and it brought tears and emotions that we thought that, you know, somebody will think this is just a simple craft, but some people, maybe this is a way to not feeling lonely, to not feeling alone, that you don't have anybody. It's a moment for probably an elder, a senior, to feel that I'm not alone, and to have that moment of bringing back memories to have grandchildren's, because you never know what experience each of these individuals have had in the past. So for us to bring the memories of remembering maybe a loved one, maybe remembering a grandson, a granddaughter, maybe the granddaughter that is not here with them, you know, that they maybe are in another country, or maybe they no longer have them. So to feel like the companion, to have that company, even for 1 hour and a half, but it's a meaningful impact in the lives of these people we serve, even with one simple workshop of 1 hour.